Most people think that if they just smash pads, spar harder, and grind out endless rounds day in and day out, that they'll automatically get stronger, faster, and fitter. But here's the truth. Muay Thai alone is not enough anymore, my friend. If you actually want to hit harder, last longer, stop breaking your body down, you need strength and conditioning. And in this video, I'm breaking it down super simple for us dumb fighters. This is why strength and conditioning matters for fighters, how to fit it into your week without burning out, and how to build real strength, real power, and explosive speed in the right order. So stick around, and by the end, you'll have a training blueprint most fighters will never figure out. Now look, I get it, I've been there. When I first started, I just thought hours of bag work, clinching, and sparring would make me explosive as fuck, right? But guess what happens? You gas out, you hit plateaus, and you start collecting injuries like they're souvenirs, right? And when you love Muay Thai, the last thing you want to do is waste extra time lifting weights or doing mobility drills that feel unrelated. But here's the thing, think of it like this. Muay Thai is the driver and strength and conditioning is the car. You can be the most skilled driver in the fucking world, but if you're stuck in a rusty Toyota with ball tires, you're not winning any fucking race. On the flip side, if your body's a high performance machine, you can actually use all that skill you're developing at its full capacity. That's why strength and conditioning matters. It's not about looking good in the mirror like some meathead bodybuilder. It's about making sure your body can keep up with the demands of fighting. Now here's the breakdown to why strength and conditioning matters for fighters like you and me. Now first off, it fixes weak spots and imbalances so you stop getting injured. And it also helps build real strength and power so your shots actually have some snap, actually have some real power behind it. And it improves your conditioning so you can apply that power every single round with consistency. And it also keeps you progressing year after year instead of just running around in circles. That's why even the top Thais nowadays who already train twice a day, they still hit weights a couple times a week. Skill alone is not enough anymore. Now, if you're brand new to Muay Thai, your number one priority is still developing your Muay Thai technique and skill. But here's the catch. If you don't have basic strength, mobility, or stability, you're not even moving correctly. You're just reinforcing sloppy patterns that will end up getting you hurt. So a little bit of strength conditioning early on, it gives you a really solid foundation to actually practice technique the right way. And if you're experienced or you want to compete one day, the earlier you add strength and conditioning, the more dangerous you become. Because trust me, the fighter who's been doing a structured strength training for a year is a nightmare compared to the guy who just only ever hits pads. Now let me just make a quick clarification right here because this gets mixed up all the time. Strength is about maximum force, heavy, focused, explosive work. Conditioning is about endurance, how long you can go without breaking down. The mistake that most fighters make, they turn every session into conditioning. Circuits, high reps, short rest, and they wonder why they're not getting any fucking stronger. Now, if you want real strength and power, you need heavy sets, low reps, and full recovery. Then you do conditioning on a separate day. Don't mix the two or you water both down. And here's another thing that often gets overlooked. Mobility. If your hips are stiff as fuck, your kicks are gonna be limited. They're gonna be garbage. If your shoulders are locked up, your guard's gonna leak, your punches are gonna slow down, you're gonna feel like shit. So in the gym, it's not about just stretching or grinding out heavy lifts. Think of it as 3 steps. First, loosen up what's tight. Foam roll your quads, your hip flexors, and your calves. Then you wanna open up the joint with some controlled stretching. And finally, anchor that new range with strength, like split squats, side leg raises, or even controlled kicking drills. That's how you build usable mobility that actually transfers into sharper, more powerful strikes. Not just yoga show off flexibility, but fight ready fucking mobility. Now let's talk a little bit about the progression. This is the order of development that matters the most. First off is strength. Heavy lifts like squats, deadlifts, and presses. If you can't produce force, you'll never be able to hit hard. Next up is power. This is jumps, kettlebell swings, explosive pulls. This is strength expressed more quickly. And then lastly is speed. Fast kicks, sprints, medicine ball throws, that kind of stuff. Moving with little to no resistance as fast as humanly possible. Strength is the foundation, power is the bridge, and speed is the end goal. Skip the steps and you'll always be capped. Now let's talk about how to actually structure strength and conditioning workouts, okay? Let's get practical here. Because most fighters don't have time for 5 days a week in the gym. But guess what? You don't need that. You only need 2 solid sessions a week. That's more than enough. 3 if you've got the time and you want to add in some recovery. Now each session should cover the basics. 1 squat or lower body push, 1 deadlift or hip hinge, 1 upper body push like the bench press, and 1 upper body pull like a row or a pull-up. And finally, 1 core movement. Planks, anti-rotation, landmine twist, that kind of stuff. Stick to compound lifts. Forget random bicep curls and just the fluff that bodybuilders use. Because you're not bodybuilding, you're building a fucking fight machine. Here's the simple rule to follow. It's called the 3 to 5 rule. 3 to 5 sessions per week. Fighters usually stick to 2. 3 to 5 exercises per session. 3 to 5 sets. 3 to 5 reps and 3 to 5 minutes rest. That's more than enough to build your strength without frying out your nervous system. Now here's how you actually progress it across a block of training. Week 1 is light. Think 3 to 4 reps left in the tank, right? Just getting your body adapted. Week 2 is more moderate. 2 reps left in the tank. You're working out, but not really maxing out. Week 3 is more heavy. This is where you push it a little bit more, push your true limit, but stick with good form. Maybe you have 1 rep left in you, tops. Then week 4 is all about the deload. Scale it way back, all right? 4 to 5 reps left in the tank. Reset your fatigue so you can come back even stronger. Now, just a couple recovery and lifestyle notes. None of this matters if you're not recovering. You gotta sleep 7 to 8 hours. You gotta eat enough protein. Don't be that guy trying to out-train a garbage lifestyle. Training is the stimulus, but recovery is where you actually grow. And like I said, strength and conditioning is not optional anymore. It's the difference between showing up sharp or showing up broken. Now, if you want the basics laid out step by step, grab my free strength and conditioning 101 guide in the description. If you want a full year-long system that builds real fighter strength without eating into your Muay Thai, check out my program, Muay Thai Muscle. Now, if you're all in on Muay Thai, don't stop here. You've got 2 more videos on the screen that will take you even deeper. Pick one of these, keep the momentum rolling, and I'll meet you there, because the fighters who actually level up are the ones who stay consistent, keep learning, and keep stacking sessions in the gym, on the bag, and right here. So keep going, click on one of these videos, and let's fucking go.